Okay, here is part 2 in creating the world history timeline on Google Docs. Okay, so I left off at copying and pasting my years. I told you that I was going to plan on moving that at the top and the bottom of my main line for each of my labels. So I'm going to label these and then I'm going to move on to show you how to create the events that you're going to need to include. So I've got my 5,000. Next, and here I'm moving down my timeline to the 0. So I'm kind of like working in negative numbers right now. And the last one that I have labeled here will be 3,000. Now, obviously, you're going to be continuing the creation of this on your main timeline arrow. I'm going to stop here and I'm going to move forward with the next part, which is going to be creating some events. So you're going to be required to continue to label some of the events that are important that we're going to be learning about this school year. One of those being when agriculture began. Okay, so pretty large again. I'm going to, select the writing here in order to adjust the size. And I want to change the color. I'm going to make each of my events a different color box. Okay, so when did agriculture begin in the Middle East? Well, we're going to talk about an area called Mesopotamia this school year, and it was in 7,000 BC, which is going to be our first year on our timeline that we're going to be talking about. Okay, so I've got my box in the perfect area here. I'm going to connect them with a line. I have one arrow being labeling each of my events. I'm going to undo that one. Okay, so you can see that I've got a event that I've marked. Now I'm also going to add a picture. In order to do that, it's in this little shortcut here. I'm going to go to a search and I'm going to type in agriculture and I'm going to type in ancient. So I'm going to look for a picture that would work for my timeline here. Oh, this one's perfect. And I'm going to size it down using the corners so that I can keep it without stretching the picture. And I'm going to have my picture right next to my event. Okay, so this was actually happening to me earlier too. If you don't see the save and close button that's up here, I just click on the tab button on my keyboard in order to see the save and close. So then I'm going to click on the save and close button and it pops it right into my Google Doc. Obviously, I have just begun this project. You are going to be in charge of adding all of the events as well as the number of pictures that is required on your project sheet. If you have any questions, just email or message your teacher.